Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson back with you on the EAC YouTube channel tonight as Eastern Arizona College is back at home tonight to take on the Mesa Community College Thunderbirds. Mesa comes into this one under head coach Corey Stevenson, 16-6 and 11-4 in the ACCAC. The starting lineup tonight for the T-Birds: 5'5" freshman from Mesa, number 12, Mackenzie Shivers. 5'8" sophomore from Chandler, number 13, Micah Anderson. A 6'1" freshman from Queen Creek, number 23, Anne-Marie Batista. A 5'5" sophomore from Stockton, California, number 30, Nia Boston. And a 5'10" sophomore forward from St. Louis, Missouri, number 32, Love Troop. And now the starting lineup for the 22-1, 15-1 in the ACCAC, 14th ranked Eastern Arizona College women. A 5'11" sophomore from Eugene, Oregon, number 1, Tiara Bolden. A 5'3" sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 2, Addie Malone. A 5'11" sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska, number 5, Sky Miller. A 5'10" sophomore from Goodyear, Arizona, number 23, Cassidy Dixon. And a 6'1" sophomore from Carlsbad, New Mexico, number 25, Shalance Montoya. Eastern Arizona College is in their home white uniforms with purple and gray. It is pink out night tonight, so the Eastern women sporting pink in their ensembles as well tonight. Good word right there, ensembles. It will be Mesa in their road red uniforms with white trim and numbers. The last time these two teams met, it was a great ball game in Mesa. Eastern trailed by 9 in the fourth quarter before coming back and winning that one at Mesa Community College. It will be Troop to jump center with Montoya, and we're ready to get this ACCAC women's basketball game underway. The toss, the tap, one into the hands of Mesa, right to left with Anderson. Now right side to Nia Boston, out to Anderson, back to Boston. Mesa shoots the most threes in the league by far, almost 30 a game. In the lane, no, Troop can't hit the shot, but a whistle and a foul coming late on Shalance Montoya. That'll be her first and the first team foul. That'll put 32 Love Troop at the line to shoot 2. In their last meeting, though, Eastern Arizona, the only team actually this season to hold Mesa under 20 three-point attempts in a game. So we'll keep an eye on that tonight for Mesa. Second one on the way for Troop. Back iron no good. Chased down by Sky Miller for the Monsters. 1-0 Mesa on top. 9:39 to play in the first quarter here from Eastern Arizona. Addie Malone with the basketball around a high ball screen. Comes right into the near side. Into the corner to Bolden. Bolden looks down low. Can't get it to Montoya. Stolen away. Stolen back by Bolden into the hands of Sky Miller, and Eastern will reset with 30 on the shot clock. Malone into the front court, hands it off near side to Dixon, on top to Bolden, left corner to Miller. Miller comes right on the dribble, still around the top of the key to Dixon, 17 to shoot. Dixon goes left, now back right. Tiara Bolden wide open for a 3, lets it fly, no good. Miller with the rebound and the putback from the offensive rebound. 2-1, Monsters on top, 8:54 to play first quarter. Nice hustle by Miller to get that offensive rebound and put it back up and in. Boston with it way out on top for the T-Birds. She'll go right on Bolden, drives, pulls up right side. Front iron won't go. Montoya able to chase down the rebound for Eastern. Into the hands of Addie Malone. Malone leaves it for Dixon. Into the front court to Montoya. Faces the basket. Now on top to Bolden. Bolden comes right in the lane, kicks it back to Sky Miller. Step back 3 on the way, short. Gets her own rebound in the lane. Hit and fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul will be on 23, Anne-Marie Batista. That is her first team foul. And Sky Miller to the line for the Monsters. 8:17 to play first quarter, 2-1. Eastern on top, and she puts it up and in, makes it 3-1. She'll get one more, the sophomore from Anchorage. Fires up and in. 4-1, Monsters lead as Boston brings it into the front court against Bolden. Right side on the dribble. Hands it off in the lane, down low to Troop. High off the glass, won't go. Rebound is pulled down by Troop. Kicks it out on top now to Anderson. Anderson calls for a high screen from Troop, or from Love. Troop goes left, drives the lane around Miller, kicks it in the corner. Three on the way from Shivers, no good. Rebounded down low by Bautista. Kicks it out on top. Right side to Anderson. She'll drive the lane, and a foul going to be called. Eastern on the way up. It looks like it's going to go on Sky Miller. It'll be her first.
Monsters number 5, Sky Miller, her first.
Into the Eastern lineup will be number 10, Vitoria Santana, 5'9" freshman from Santo Andre, Brazil, replacing Addie Malone. And now to the line, Micah Anderson. Her first one is good for the T-Birds. Makes it 4-2, Eastern on top. And she'll get one more, and that is up and in as well. 4-3, Eastern leads, 7:42 to play in the first quarter here from KATO Gymnasium. On a gorgeous Wednesday here in the Gila Valley. Sky Miller into the front court for Eastern. Finds Montoya, top of the key. She'll go left on the dribble to Santana in the corner. Ventoria in the lane to Chalance, off the glass and good. Nice give and go dive to the basket by Montoya. 6-3, Monsters on top. Shivers into the front court, left side, on top now to Anderson, to Boston. Boston, step back three, on the way, back iron, no. Rebounded by Santana for the Monsters. She'll push it up the left side. Top of the key. Near side to Dixon. Dixon comes left around to Montoya, screen, finds some room, kicks it back out on top to Montoya. Left side to Bolden. Bolden drives left to Miller. 10 to shoot. Santana out on top, looking for a screen. Gets one, goes right. Kicks it down low to Miller. Miller spins in the glass, and the paint can't hit. And a rebounded out of bounds off of Mesa. It'll be Eastern basketball with 20 on the shot clock. 6-3, Monster lead. 6:38 to play in the first quarter here from Eastern. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup will be number 44, Gracie Sorensen, a 6'4" freshman from Syracuse, Utah. She is the highest free throw or field goal percentage shooter in the entire conference. Inbound into Cassidy Dixon, who throws it up off the glass and good on the reverse. Makes it 8-3. Monsters on top. Shivers into the front court for the T-Birds. Goes right around the screen, drives the lane, blocked by Santana, and out of bounds off of Shivers. Nice defense by Vitoria Santana. It'll be Eastern basketball after the blocked shot by Santana. Into the front court, works against Boston. Santana goes around her, and a reach-in foul called on Boston. That'll be her first, second team foul. It'll be Eastern basketball, front court right, in on top to Santana. Santana works out on top, finds Bolden now between the circles, goes left around to Sorensen screen, out on top to Santana. She's got some room, lobs it down low to Sorensen, knocked away by Mesa, into the hands of Anderson, into the front court against Santana, out on top. Bautista for three, good for Mesa. 8-6, Eastern on top, 5:46 to play in the first quarter. Bolden with the basketball between the circles. On top to Dixon, left side. Now comes right on the drive, finds some room. Scoop shot is good for Cassidy Dixon. She spun the corner, one dribble to the basket, up and good. 10-6, Monsters on top. Boston into the front court, works against Bolden. Comes left around a screen, tries to find some room, pulls up from the left elbow, no good. Rebound is loose and out of bounds off of Eastern. It'll stay with the T-Birds with 20 on the shot clock. Mesa basketball, baseline left. Micah Anderson to inbound. In on top to Bautista. Around to Troop. She'll come left, hands it back to Anderson. Anderson gonna fire from the left elbow and hits it. There was an awkward screen as Miller and Troop kind of hit knees and both went down, but Anderson put it up and in. 10-8, Eastern on top. Santana into the front court on top to Miller. Miller goes left around to Sorensen's screen, finds some room, steps through to Dixon, left side or right side, blocked on the way up by Troop. Into the hands of Boston. Boston pushes it into the front court. On top to Shivers. Shivers goes left around Santana, throws it back out to Bautista left side. She'll fire another three. In and out, no good, and Santana will clear for the Monsters. 4.5 to play first quarter, 10-8 in this back and forth contest, Eastern on top. Miller with the basketball. Down low to Sorensen. Sorensen kicks it out to Santana. She'll drive left, find some room. Hit at the rim, but no whistle, and rebounded by Bautista for Mesa. Off to Shivers. She pushes it into the front court, lobs it down to Troop. She can't hang on to it. Out of bounds. Back to Eastern Arizona. Into the the Mesa lineup, number 10, Xavier Garcia, 5'3" sophomore from Glendale, and a timeout called by Eastern. 4:13 to play first quarter, 10-8. Monsters on top. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi, my name is JJ White. I'm from Peoria, Arizona, and I'm studying business. Come see the team and I take on Central Arizona at 6 p.m. on February 22nd at KATO Gym. Go Monsters!
Hola, mi nombre es Morelia, soy de México, estoy estudiando estudios generales. Vengan a ver a mi equipo y a mí el día 8 de febrero a las 8 p.m. en el gimnasio Cuche. ¡Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium, campus of Eastern Arizona College, Thatcher, Arizona. I'm Lee Patterson. Thanks for joining us tonight and all season long here on the EAC YouTube channel. Into the front court, Eastern with the basketball and a 10-8 lead. Tiara Bolden with it right side. Out on top to Santana left side. Hands it off to Miller. Miller comes around a high ball screen into the lane. Leaves it off right side to Bolden. Bolden off the glass and good for Tiara Bolden. Nice drive and dish, and Eastern goes up 12-8, 3:50 to play in the first quarter. Shivers into the front court against Santana left side. Picks up her dribble, on top now to Anderson. Anderson with the dribble, right side, works against Miller to Troop, 15 feet from the basket. Tries to take Sorensen in the lane, and she double dribbled with the basketball. It'll be a turnover back to Eastern. Nice defense by Sorensen. Into the Eastern lineup, number 4, Alana Payway, a 5'6" freshman from Hamilton, New Zealand, replacing Tiara Bolden, who's headed, it looked like she was headed down to the trainer's table, but just going to head to the bench. Santana into the front court, left to right, works out on top against Garcia. Now goes right on the dribble to Dixon. Dixon to Miller in the right corner. Miller has it knocked away by Anderson. Here comes Mesa on the run against Santana, and out of bounds off of Anderson. It went off of the left leg of Anderson. It will be Eastern basketball. 12-8, Monsters lead, 3:15 to play in the first quarter here from Eastern Arizona College. Santana into the front court. Left side to Miller, lobs it down low. Off the glass, no good by Sorensen, and a foul on Eastern on the rebound attempt. The foul will go on Gracie Sorensen. That'll be her first. Into the Eastern lineup will be Shalance Montoya replacing Sorensen. Mesa basketball in the backcourt, right to left. Mackenzie Shivers with it into the front court, right to left. Picked up by Santana at the three-point line. She goes left on the dribble, hands it off to Garcia around the top of the key. Now between the circles, she'll back it up and call a set play. Looking for a double screen, top of the key. She'll go left. Picked up by Payway. Into the corner to Shivers. She catches, works against Santana with 8 to shoot. Drives the left baseline, wraps it around to Troop. 5-foot jumper, no good. Garcia with the rebound, though, and she dribbled on the line, out of bounds. Turnover back to Eastern. Gila Monster basketball with a 4-point lead, 12-8. Back into the Mesa lineup, number 30, Nia Boston, replacing Garcia. Mesa will put in full court pressure, or at least man-to-man full length. Santana works against Boston in the backcourt. Comes right on the dribble around a screen. Right side, on top to Miller. Catches 15 from the basket. Drives, puts it off the glass, and good for Sky Miller. 14-8 Monsters. There was some heavy traffic there, but she was able to put it up off the glass, and good for the Monsters. 2 minutes to play first quarter. Eastern with a 6-point lead. Boston with the ball. Check that. Bautista with the ball, top of the key, left side to Shivers. Shivers gets a screen from Troop, goes right with it into the lane. Still looking for some help, can't find it. Troop chases it down with 3 to shoot. To Anderson, NBA 3 on the way, off the back iron, no good. Bautista with the offensive rebound, and she traveled with the basketball. Back here into the Mesa lineup, number 21, Jasmine Belt, a 5'10 sophomore from Phoenix, replacing Troop. It'll be Eastern basketball. Left to right length of the floor, 99 seconds to play in the first quarter with a 14-8 lead. Payway with it between the circles. Top of the key, goes left around a Montoya screen, on top to Miller. Miller gonna shoot a 3 straight away, buries it for Sky Miller. Big shot for Sky, makes it 17-8 Monsters with 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Anderson into the front court, gets around Miller into the lane, right side, stolen away by Montoya, but Miller gonna pick up a foul, diving for the loose ball. That's gonna be her second, I think.
Foul on Monsters number 5, Sky Miller, her second. 14.
Back into the Eastern lineup will be number 2, Addie Malone, replacing Sky Miller. As Sky Miller comes off the floor, she tells Coach DePaulo, that one's on my fault. It'll be Mesa basketball. Right side, Boston fires a 3, back iron no good. Rebounded by Belt on the weak side. In the lane to Boston, and the T-Birds will reset with 15 on the shot clock. 1:03 to play in the first quarter. Boston goes right, into the corner to Anderson. Right side, steps around a screen, finds Belt, and she travels with the basketball as she heads towards the basket. It'll be a turnover back to the Gila Monsters. 56.8 seconds to play first half. Eastern leads 17-8. Eastern will inbound. Dixon into Malone. Malone, top of the key. Right side to Dixon. Goes right on the dribble. Now left through the lane to Payway. Left side, 3 ball on the way. Good for Alana Payway. 20-8 Monsters on top with 37 seconds to play in the first quarter here at Eastern Arizona College. Shivers into the front court. There is a 8-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Mesa spreads it out and will hold. Shivers with the left-handed dribble, goes left around a screen, fires the 3 of her own, back iron no good. Payway with the rebound. 17 seconds to play in the quarter. Dixon into the front court. On top, now to Malone, 10 seconds. Near side to Santana. Santana goes right, step back, 3 ball on the way, back iron no good. Belt with the rebound, but that's how the first quarter comes to an end. With the score, Eastern Arizona 20, Mesa 8. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my 3rd year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my 1st year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
10 minutes on the second quarter clock here at Eastern Arizona College. Monsters hold Mesa to just 8 in the first quarter. It's 20-8, Eastern on top. It'll be Monster basketball to start the second quarter. Addie Malone with the ball left to right, works against Boston near the time stripe. Lobs it left side to Dixon. Dixon down low to Montoya. Double team comes, finds Payway, right corner for three, around and off, no good. Montoya with the rebound, but stolen away by Shivers underneath, and then a reach in by Santana in the backcourt. That'll be the first on Santana. And Coach DePaulo kind of shrugs her shoulders and says, why? It'll be Mesa basketball, backcourt right. Anderson inbounds to Shivers. She'll work it into the front court, right to left against Malone. Tries to hand it off to Boston, but can't. Swings it around to Anderson left side. Gets a screen from Belt, goes right with it. Payway stays with her, and then going to be a hand check on Payway. She got her hands up high into the head neck area of Anderson. That'll be the first on Payway. Second team foul.
Second team foul.
Mesa basketball, baseline right. Anderson to inbound. Anderson into Bautista. She'll catch, come left to Belt. From the left elbow, jumper on the way, good for Jasmine Belt. 20-10, Eastern leads, 9:18 to play in the first half. Malone in the front court to Dixon, left side. Now back to Malone, top of the key. She'll drive right, hands it off to Santana. Santana comes left on the dribble, back to Malone, right corner, catch, shoot, three, back iron, no good. Rebounded by Belt, down low for the T-Birds. Off to Boston, she sprints it into the front court against Santana, right side. Reverses it on top to Anderson, now to Bautista between the circles. Goes left on the dribble, looks for Shivers on the back cut, but nothing there. Off to Belt, 16-foot jumper, back iron, no. Montoya with the rebound for the Monsters. Into the hands of Malone. Malone crosses over Boston at the time stripe, swings it around to Santana left side. Three ball on the way, back iron, no. Rebounded by Boston, and a reach-in foul on Addie Malone on another rebound. That'll be her first already, the third team foul against Eastern in the second quarter. They only get 5. Into the Mesa lineup, number 15, Jana Solie. A 5'10" redshirt freshman from Window Rock High School in northern Arizona. 20-10, Monsters lead, 8:26 to play in the first half. Boston into the front court, right side. On top now to Shivers. Shivers between the circle, left side to Solie. On the right-handed dribble against Dixon. Gets a screen from Belt, goes left with it, spins right, can't shake Dixon though with 10 to shoot. Off to Belt. Belt comes to the near side, running floater, no good. And foul called on Eastern. That'll be on Shalance Montoya. That'll be her second. And that'll put Mesa at the line to shoot 2. That'll get Gracie Sorensen off the bench for the Monsters. She'll head into the lineup. Montoya will head to the bench for the Monsters. And to the line for Mesa will be Jasmine Belt. Her first one on the way, rolls off to the left, no good. 8:07 to play in the first half. And it's 20-10 Eastern. Eastern with already 4 team fouls in the second quarter, though. Second one is short. Sorensen will pull down the rebound for Eastern. So one more foul on Eastern in 8 minutes, and Mesa will be headed to the line. Payway into the front court for Eastern. On top to Malone. Malone goes left, off to Santana. A right around to Sorensen, screen. Backs it back up. Cross court to Malone. Addie to the glass, lays it up and in. Left side for Addison Malone. 22-10, Monsters on top. Shivers into the front court. Left side, works against Malone. On top to Anderson, works against Payway, spins in the lane, running floater too hard. Rebounded by Sorensen for Eastern. Into the hands of Payway. She'll bring it into the front court. On the right-handed dribble, works against Solie. Right side, now on top to Santana. Left side to Dixon. Dixon down low, tries to find Sorensen, but rolls it past her. And Dixon says, I got to throw that up high. Back into the Eastern lineup, number 1, Tiara Bolden, replacing Payway. Cassidy Dixon is fun to watch when you see her in person. She is 100% all game long. 22-10, Eastern leads with 7:04 to play in the first half. Anderson into the front court for the T-Birds, right side, works against Bolden, back to Shivers on top to Soli, left side to Boston. Boston goes right around a belt screen, drives in the lane, pulls up, and scores over Santana.
Boston.
Makes it 22-12, Eastern by 10 with 6:44 to play in the first half. Into the front court, Addie Malone with it. On top to Dixon. Dixon back to Malone. Goes right on the dribble with 15 to shoot. Now back left, finds some room, gives it left side to Tiara Bolden. Reverse layup is good for Tiara Bolden. 24-12 Monsters. Maya Dozen with 6:17 to play in the first half. Shivers into the front court, looking for a screen, gets one, goes right with it, gets caught up with Addie Malone, and Malone going to get called for the foul, and that's going to put Mesa at the line. So Mesa will go to the line every foul for the rest of the first half. Back into the Eastern lineup for the first time, number 14, Elva Chavez, from a freshman from Morelia, Michoacan, Mexico, for Eastern. No team fouls called against Mesa here in the second quarter. First one is around and off by Shivers, no good. And actually only 2 fouls called against Mesa the entire game. It'll put Shivers back to the line for the T-Birds. Free throw is up. That rolls in for Mesa. 24-13, Eastern on top. Chavez with the basketball, just celebrated a birthday early this week. Santana with the basketball, goes left, and she's fouled on an arm bar by Micah Anderson. That'll be the first on Anderson.
Number 13, Micah Anderson.
First team foul. Back into the Mesa lineup, number 23, Anne-Marie Batista, replacing Janice Oli. Eastern basketball, front court left, Chavez in on top, around to Bolden near side. Bolden back to Santana between the circles, lobs down to Gracie Sorensen, double team, kicks it to Dixon. Dixon drives, she's fouled on the way by. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul will go on 21, Jasmine Belt, her first, second team foul.
Jasmine Belt, her first, second team foul.
That'll put Cassidy Dixon at the line. Dixon in the top 5 in the conference in rebounds per game at 8.2. Her first one is up and good. Now Dixon will get one more. 25-13, Eastern leads. In and out, no good on the second attempt by Dixon. Pulled down by Mesa, long outlet to Belt, all alone ahead of the pack, and she'll lay it up and in for Mesa. 25-15, Monsters by 10 with 5.5 to play in the first half. Into the front court, left side. Santana with it around to Dixon, gets a screen from Chavez. Back to Bolden. Bolden goes left, and she traveled with the basketball.
Thunderbirds ball.
It'll be Thunderbird basketball. Backcourt right. Bautista will inbound. Gets it into Shivers, who works against Bolden on the left-handed dribble. Now goes right on the dribble, tries to find Anderson, but can't, goes left instead, but can't shake Bolden. On top to Troop, who's checked back in for Mesa. Now to Anderson with 13 to shoot. Gets a screen from Belt, top of the key, looking for some screens. Goes right on the dribble against Santana, pushes off, no whistle, no foul, gets her own rebound, and then Gracie Sorensen gonna be called with a rebounding foul. The foul on Sorensen will be her second. So now both post players for Eastern with 2 fouls. And Victoria Santana talking to the far side official J.C. Click, saying, hey, can you watch the push off? And she has a legitimate complaint on that one. Micah Anderson at the line to shoot for Mesa. The first one is up and in. Hits the rim, then the backboard, then back in. Cuts the lead for Eastern down to 9. Now Anderson at the line for her second. That one's in and out, no good. Dixon will corral the rebound for the Monsters. Off to Santana with 4:48 to play in the first half. Santana to Chavez, left side to Dixon. Comes right on the dribble. All the way to the basket, can't hit. Rebounded by Mesa, out to Anderson on the run, left side, can't hit it. Santana with the rebound, and then she's fouled on the rebound by Belt. That'll be the third team foul, and the second against Belt. It'll be Eastern basketball, length of the floor. Back into the Mesa lineup, number 30, Nia Boston. But first, we're going to have a timeout called by Mesa. 4:33 to play first half. Eastern 25, Mesa 16. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi, my name is JJ White. I'm from Peoria, Arizona, and I'm studying business. Come see the team and I take on Central Arizona at 6 p.m. on February 22nd at KATO Gym. Go Monsters!
Hola, mi nombre es Morelia, soy de México, estoy estudiando estudios generales. Vengan a ver a mi equipo y a mí el día 8 de febrero a las 8 p.m. en el gimnasio Cuche. ¡Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside here at KATO Gymnasium. The whole crew here tonight. Chip Griffin barking directions in my ear. Says it's time to talk. Talk. Okay. 4:30 to play in the first half. Eastern up 25-16. Chavez with it to Santana. Back near side, down low to Sorensen. Back out to Santana. Wide open for a three. Drives off to Sorensen. Her jumper won't go. Rebounded by Santana. Down low to Sorensen. She turns off the glass, no good. Gets it back. A third time is up and in for Gracie Sorensen. Makes it 27-16, Eastern on top. Anderson will walk it into the front court for Mesa. Between the circles. Right side to Boston. Boston goes right on Santana. Step back. Jumper on the way, won't go. Rebounded out of bounds off of Troop. It'll be Eastern basketball. Back into the Mesa lineup, Xavier Garcia replacing Boston. It'll be Eastern basketball. Chavez into Santana. 3:45 to play first half, 27-16. Eastern on top to Sorensen, left side on top to Chavez. Right side to Dixon. Dixon out on top to Santana. She feeds Dixon right side. She'll drive. Cross court to Chavez, through her hands and out of bounds. Right idea, just a little bit too hard from Dixon. It'll be Mesa basketball. Far side. Into Shivers. Shivers walks it up against Bolden at the time stripe. Left side to Anderson. Anderson works against Dixon way outside. Gets a screen from Troop, goes right with it. Drives against Dixon, spins left, kicks it back out on top, over the head of everybody. Garcia chases it down at the stripe with 8 to shoot. Works against Santana. Cross court to Bautista. Right side to Anderson with 3 to shoot. Anderson drives, jumper on the way and one as Cassidy Dixon commits the foul with 0 on the shot clock.
Micah Anderson.
The foul will go on Dixon. That'll be her first.
Number 23.
27-18. Eastern leading. And Anderson to the line to try to make it a 3-point play for the Thunderbirds. She fires. That is up and good. 27-19, Monsters lead with 2:57 to play in the first half of this one. Big time ACC-AC matchup. Right side, Bolden with the ball, down low to Sorensen, catches deep, kicks it in the corner to Dixon. Dixon drives right, loses the handle, and out of bounds. Dixon hit the deck on the far side. She looks to be okay. She's going to stay in the game. Bautista will inbound for the T-Birds into Anderson. Walks it into the front court, picked up by Dixon. Gets a screen from Bautista, goes right with it, around it, kicks it to Garcia. Off to Bautista now. Spins on Chavez in the lane. Stolen away by the Monsters. Here comes Chavez on the run, leading the break. Chavez steps through. Offensive foul called on Elva Chavez. I'm not so sure Mesa got there, but the trail official called that on the near side.
Monsters number 14, Elva Chavez.
And that'll be the first on Chavez. I think Garcia was still moving as she took that charge. It'll be Mesa basketball with 2:15 to play in the first half, 27-19. Eastern on top, Anderson into the front court. Right side, stolen away by Santana. 2-on-1 back the other way, leaves it for Dixon, off the glass, too hard. Rebounded by Chavez, and a foul called against Mesa underneath. The foul will go on 32, Love Troop. That'll be her first. Fourth team foul, non-shooting foul. It'll be Eastern basketball baseline left. Dixon will inbound. Into the corner to Bolden. Bolden kicks it back to Dixon. Dixon on top to Chavez. Swings it around to Santana. Right side to Bolden. She'll fire a three. Draws iron, but that's it. Rebounded by Garcia. She'll sprint it up the right side against Santana. Leaves it off to Shivers. Shivers, top of the key. Right side. Now back out on top to Shivers. With 18 to shoot, 98 seconds to play in the first half. Shivers gets a screen, goes right, takes a lawn jumper, no good. Rebounded by Bautista in the lane, and she scoops it up and in, left-handed for the T-Birds. 27-21, Eastern lead is just 6 now with 1:24 to play in the first half. Santana walks the ball into the front court, left side to Bolden. Bolden drives the left baseline, leaves it for Sorensen. Cross court to Chavez. Step back jumper on the way. Too hard. Rebounded by Troop for Mesa. Off to Shivers. Right side to Anderson. Sprints it into the front court to Bautista. Transition three. In and out, no good. And rebounded by Dixon for the Monsters. Timeout, Eastern. 1 minute to play in the first half. Eastern 27. Mesa 21. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Hi, my name is JJ White. I'm from Peoria, Arizona, and I'm studying business. Come see the team and I take on Central Arizona at 6 p.m. on February 22nd at KATO Gym. Go Monsters!
Hola, mi nombre es Marelia, soy de México, estoy estudiando estudios generales. Vengan a ver a mi equipo y a mí el día 8 de febrero a las 8 p.m. en el gimnasio Kuchen. ¡Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you. 1 minute to play in the first half, 27-21. Eastern on top. It'll be Eastern basketball as Chavez gets it into Santana. Left to right into the front court. Santana picks up her dribble, near side to Dixon. Dixon gets a screen from Sorensen, goes left with it, pulls up from 16. Off the back iron, no good. Chavez pulls down the rebound. On top to Dixon. Down low to Sorensen in the lane. Catches, goes left, off the glass, no good. Pulled down by Christabel Long, who just checked in. Into the front court to Shivers. Shivers with 32 seconds. Cross court, right side to Bautista. She'll drive, spins, into the corner to Troop. Out on top to Anderson now with 17 on the shot clock and 23 on the game clock. 10 to shoot. Left side to Bautista. Fires a three, short. Rebound is loose, chased down and out of bounds off of Bolden with 10.9 to shoot. Mesa can hold for the final shot. Anderson will inbound, baseline left for the T-Birds, 10.9 on the game clock. Out on top to Long. Long, elbow jumper on the way, in and out, no good. Dixon with the rebound. She's gonna turn and sprint with 4 seconds. Dixon, length of the floor, blocked out of bounds, but a foul gonna be called on Troop with 0.1 seconds left in the first half, and that'll put Dixon at the line. That'll be the second on Troop. And that'll put Eastern at the line with Cassidy Dixon. Dixon tonight with 5 points for the Monsters. Kind of shaken up after that play. Took her a little bit to get to the foul line. A little bit gimpy. First one by Dixon is good. And Dixon will get one more now for the Monsters. That one on the way and good as well for Cassidy Dixon. Alana Payway back in with 0.1 seconds to play in the half. Santana will head to the bench. Bautista to inbound. Gets it into Shivers, and that's the way the first half comes to an end. At halftime, Eastern 29, Mesa 21. We'll be back to wrap up the first half after this timeout. Welcome back into KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you at halftime. Eastern leads at 29-21 over Mesa Community College, and we're joined now by Eastern Arizona College men's head coach Cameron Turner. And, Coach, congratulations on a nice bounce-back win here at home against Mesa.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We needed it, you know, coming off the road against Cochise and Scottsdale, two better teams in our conference, actually two ranked teams in the country. It's always hard to win on the road, and I'm glad to be home here in the Gila Valley. We always play well at home.
Yeah, no, you guys did have, that's your ninth straight home win. You guys, Mesa started out, they took a 5-point lead, and then something clicked for you guys, and you really never looked back. Can you point a finger on what exactly happened there to ignite that run?
Well, we played free. That was kind of one of our keys. Hey, just have a free mind, play together, get ball reversals. We just kind of stayed the course, changed the lineup a little. Maybe that had something to do with it. But we just played confident. You know, the guys like playing at home. And it's a redemption game. After break, we played them, and we did not play well last time we played Mesa. So added fuel for the fire, you know. And we're really gunning. We want the home playoff game, so that's fueling us right now. So so far, so good with that.
Yeah, and it was a good first half for Rayshon Seamster tonight. He powered 14 points in the first half, finished with 16. He looked confident. You said you played with confidence. He looked confident tonight in the first half.
Needed it because, you know, last time we played, you know, he got bumped around. That's when he got a concussion, had to go to the ER. So Rayshon's one of those players. Is he finds a way, if he has a competitive edge, he's going to take it. You know, he wants to stop people and prove that he's the best. You know, we're starting to call him Mr. Off Night. Whoever he's guarding, they're going to have an off night.
Yeah,
so.
And that has definitely been the case the last couple of weeks. Taking a look at the remainder of your schedule, you've got Glendale and Western on the road next week. You are off on – and all the printed schedules said you have a game Saturday. There is no game Saturday here against South Mountain. That game was moved up earlier in the first half. And so Glendale and Western on the road next week, and then 3 at home to end the season. And you're tied with Western right now for that number 2 spot in the playoffs.
Yep. So, you know, we're going to have this weekend off. So they're going to have tomorrow off, and I empowered them that they got to get together and focus on what's our goal for the next 5 games, you know, and be realistic, you know, and just kind of come together as a unit. So we'll see what they can do.
And the ultimate goal is that home playoff game as the 2 seed, and I think that gives you guys a really good shot in the Division I playoffs.
Definitely. You know, I know we can win at Western, but I'd rather play at home. So
100%. Coach, congratulations on a big 30-point win over Mesa, and have a nice off week, would you? Off weekend. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it. Bye.
That is Eastern head coach Cameron Turner. We'll take another time out here on the halftime show. We'll be back after this.
Go Monsters! Go Monsters! Go Monsters! Go Monsters! Go Monsters!
Hey, Coach, you just saw the new Gila Hank. What do you think?
Oh, I loved it. It's fierce.
Hey guys, check it out, guys. I got the new Gila Hank here.
Really?
Check it out.
Oh, wow, this new Gila Hank?
So man. That's amazing. That's fire.
He looks like he's ready to fight.
It's modern, it's new, you can do lots of different things with it. I love it.
Good morning, Janae.
Why are you offering you here?
I stopped by because I wanted to show you the new Gila Hank.
Looks like Godzilla. I love it. It's a great day to be a monster.
Oh, look at that. He's ultra modern.
Hey guys, I want to show you the new Gila Hank here. What do you think?
Fierce and modern.
Looks good. That's nice.
Gila Roofers.
Go Monsters!
Yeah, go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Go Monsters.
Go Monsters.
Hi, my name is JJ White. I'm from Peoria, Arizona, and I'm studying business. Come see the team and I take on Central Arizona at 6 p.m. on February 22nd at KATO Gym. Go Monsters!
Welcome back into third quarter basketball action. Eastern leads Mesa 29-21. It will be Mesa basketball to start the second half. They'll start with Shivers, Anderson, Batista, Boston, and Troop. Eastern will counter with Bolden, Malone, Miller, Montoya. As Montoya gets a steal on the opening possession. Addie Malone has it. Cassidy Dixon, the fifth Monster starter for the second half. She's got the ball. Now to Miller, back to Dixon, on top to Montoya. Montoya spins, finds Bolden. She'll go right on the drive, gets to the basket, scoops it up and in. Nice job for Tiara Bolden to find some room, muscle it up and in, back to a 10-point Eastern lead. And a turnover coming back the other way as Mesa can't handle it. It'll be a turnover. Back to Eastern. 9:17 to play in the third. Just underway here from KATO Gymnasium in the third quarter. Into the front court. Montoya with the ball left side, on top to Dixon. Dixon to Malone left side. Works against Shivers. Drives. Loses the handle and out of bounds off of Addie Malone. Thunderbird basketball. Length of the floor. Batista to inbound. Into Boston. Works against Bolden coming into the front court. Gets a screen, goes right. On top to Batista. Works against Miller, way out on top. Hands it back off in the lane to Troop. Troop to the glass. In and out, no good. Bolden with the rebound for Eastern. Off to Malone. Malone works it into the front court, right side to Dixon. Dixon drives, leaves it to Miller. Left corner to Malone. 16 to shoot. Down low to Montoya. Goes to the glass. Muscles it up and in for Chalance Montoya. Monsters back out to a 12-point lead, 33-21. Boston into the front court. Leaves it for Anderson on the top. Gets us looking for a screen from Batista. Instead, swings it to Shivers right side. Goes left around a screen, top of the key. Swings it around to Boston with 10 to shoot. Down low to Troop. Troop works against Montoya. Now kicks it back out on top to Shivers with 4. Shivers goes right, drives, running floater from the elbow, no good. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. It never touched the rim. It'll be a turnover back to Eastern. 7:49 left in the third quarter. Monsters lead by 12. Timeout, Mesa. 7:49 to play in the third. 33-21. Eastern on top. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Hi, my name is JJ White. I'm from Peoria, Arizona, and I'm studying business. Come see the team and I take on Central Arizona at 6 p.m. on February 22nd at KATO Gym. Go Monsters!
Hola, mi nombre es Morelia, soy de México, estoy estudiando estudios generales. Vengan a ver a mi equipo y a mí el día 8 de febrero a las 8 p.m. en el gimnasio Cuche. ¡Go Monsters!
7 minutes, 49 seconds left on the third quarter clock, and Eastern with a 33-21 lead. Mesa yet to score here in the third quarter. Eastern basketball into Bolden. And she'll bring it into the front court, right to left for the Monsters. The 14th ranked Monsters. On top, now down low to Montoya. Can't hang on to it, stolen away by Boston. She sprints past Dixon. Pump, jump stop, rolls it around the rim. Won't go. Rebounded by Bolden for Eastern. Monsters split last week on the road, lost at Cochise to end their winning streak, but won at Scottsdale on Saturday. Montoya for 3. Good for Chalance Montoya from the top of the key. 36-21, largest lead for the Monsters at 15 with 7:09 to play in the third. Anderson into the front court, top of the key with standing dribble. She'll go left, hand it off to Boston. Boston comes right on the dribble. Picked up by Miller, back to Batista. Batista drives left, cut off by Bolden. Turnaround jumper, falls for Batista. 36-23, 9 points for Batista to lead Mesa. Sky Miller with 9 for the Monsters. Bolden into the front court, leaves it for Dixon left side. Pump fakes at the elbow, off to Malone. Malone drives, gets into the lane, loses the handle and out of bounds. Into the Thunderbird lineup, number 21, Jasmine Belt, replacing Nia Boston. We Mesa basketball. Shivers with a left-handed dribble into the front court. Left side to Anderson. Anderson looking down low for Belt. Instead, she'll dribble right through the lane, steps through, running floater won't go. Dixon there for the rebound, two-handed for the Monsters. Leaves it for Addie Malone. She'll walk it into the front court, goes right on the dribble, hands it off to Bolden. Bolden comes left around the three-point arc, now to Dixon. Dixon drives, scoop shot won't go, but she is fouled on the way by Love Troop. That'll be her third. That'll put Cassidy Dixon at the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters. Dixon today, 3 out of 4 at the line, 7 points in the first half.
Cassidy Dixon.
Dixon to the line, fires her first and is good. We've talked about it before on the broadcast, but I really like how Dixon just gets the basketball from the official. One breath, one bounce, and shoots. And almost automatic from the line for Cassidy Dixon. 2 for 2 there. Eastern leads by 15, 38-23. Into the front court. Anderson drives, cut off there by Bolden, out to Shivers. Shivers against Malone. Crosses her over, goes right, pulls up for a deep jumper that's short, rebounded by Miller for the Monsters. She'll leave it for Malone. Into the front court. On top, around to Montoya. Montoya to Malone, left side. Lobs it back door to Sky Miller. She can't catch. She hits the deck with Shivers on top of her, and it ends up in the hands of Mesa. Drives the lane, right side, and a foul going to be called on Montoya as Micah Anderson will go to the line. That'll be the third on Shalance Montoya.
Number 25, Shalance Montoya, her third, first team foul.
That'll get Gracie Sorensen off the bench for the Monsters.
Shooting 2, Micah Anderson.
Into the lineup will be Gracie Sorensen, replacing Shalance Montoya. That'll put Micah Anderson at the line to shoot 2 for the Mesa Thunderbirds. 5:09 to play in the third. Eastern with their largest lead of the game at 15. First one is up and good by Anderson. Now Anderson back to the line for her second. Fires. That one rolls in as well. 2 for 2 at the line for Anderson. 38-25, Eastern on top with 5:07 to play in the third. Addie Malone into the front court. On top to Dixon. She'll go right on the dribble in the lane. Reverses on top to to Malone. Step back 3 from Addie on the way is an air ball, and it'll go out of bounds. Back to Mesa. Into the Mesa lineup, number 20, Christabel Long, a 6'1" sophomore from Nigeria. Replacing Love Troop. Mesa basketball left to right, Shivers with it. On the left-handed dribble against Malone. On top to Long, hands it off. Right side to Anderson. She drives the lane and scoops it up and in. To make it a 38-27 Eastern lead with 4.5 to play in the third. Malone with the ball right side on Sky Miller. Miller off to Bolden. 15-foot jumper on the way. That's off to the right. Rebounded and a jump ball called as Belt and Sorensen tie up.
Correction. Monsters ball.
It will be Eastern basketball. Mesa got the ball at the start of the third quarter. So it will be Eastern basketball, baseline left. Miller to inbound. Lobs it in on top to Dixon. Dixon goes right on Shivers, drives, kicks it in the corner to Bolden. She'll come left, step back, 15-footer on the way. Good for Tiara Bolden. 40-27 Monsters on top with 4:05 to play in the third. Shivers into the front court. On top, stolen away by Dixon. Here she comes all alone ahead of the pack and lays it up and in. Nice defense by Dixon to create offense. Makes it a 42-27 Monsters lead. Anderson into the front court. Gets a high double screen, goes right with it against Bolden in the lane. Stolen away by Sorensen. Nice job by Sorensen staying home in the lane. She causes the turnover. Malone will walk it into the front court. Top of the key to Dixon. Dixon to Sorensen way outside. Left corner to Bolden. Bolden down low to Dixon. And she tries to bounce it back to Bolden. And she had zigged instead of zagged. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 10, Vitória Santana, the 5'9" freshman from Santo André, Brazil. It'll be Mesa basketball. Left to right. 3:15 left in the third quarter clock. 42-27 Monsters on top. Trying to pick up win number 23 on the season. Anderson with the drive, left side, on top to Long. 16-foot jumper is good for Long. 42-29 Eastern. Addie Malone with it around a double screen, top of the key, left elbow now, on top to Miller. Miller thinks about a long three, now drives, have some room, running floater, goes for Sky Miller. She caught an elbow in the throat as she let that one go. But she looks to be okay, 44-29 Eastern. Anderson into the front court, goes right around a screen, drives right side, steps through, leaves it left side, belt, fall away jumper won't go, rebounded by Sorensen underneath for the Monsters. Off to Addie Malone. The sophomore from Vegas into the front court to Miller. Miller, 16-foot jumper straight away won't go. Rebound is loose and Bautista pulls it down for Mesa. Into the hands of Anderson with 2 minutes left on the third quarter clock. Eastern has held Mesa to 8 points here in the third quarter. That matches their first quarter output as well. Bautista with the ball left side, into the corner to Anderson. Fires a long three, that's no good. Rebounded weak side though by Shivers. Drives the lane, underneath to Long, and she'll lay it in up left-handed for Mesa. Vitória Santana looks like she is injured coming into the front court, holding her left arm to her body. We'll see if she can catch a basketball. Steal, near steal at the top by Bell. Into the front court, long jumper, no good. Rebounded by Sky Miller, and she is mugged on the way back up by Mesa. The foul will be an intentional foul called on 13, Micah Anderson. That'll be the second on Anderson. Eastern will get 2 shots and the basketball. Sky Miller will go to the line for the Monsters. $11 points for her tonight. And the first one in and out, no good. She was talking to it, though, as it was bouncing on the rim. Alana Payway checks into the Eastern lineup, replacing Addie Malone. The second shot rolls out as well for Sky Miller. It will be Eastern basketball after the free throw attempts. It'll be Eastern basketball. Sky Miller will inbound at midcourt. Into the right corner to Payway. Payway on top. Now around to Santana. Lobs it down low to Sorensen. She can't hang on to it. Sky Miller chases it. throws it in the middle of the floor behind her back, and it's stolen away by Mesa. Long outlet to Xavier Garcia. She'll go to the glass and lay it up and in. 44-33, Eastern by 11 with under a minute to play in the third quarter now. Santana into the front court. On top to Miller. Miller against Long, way out on top. She'll go right on the dribble. Now backs it up. Sorensen posts up. Instead, Miller, dribble drive, kicks it out to Payway in the left corner. She'll drive, back to Miller on the left baseline. Stolen away by Garcia for Mesa. Here come the T-Birds on the run with 27.7 seconds to play in the third quarter, and we'll have a jump ball in the backcourt. Garcia and Sorensen tie up. That'll be alternating possession back to the Thunderbirds. Micah Anderson back into the Mesa lineup, replacing Shivers. Mesa basketball. 24 seconds to play in the third. The shot clock is off. Garcia into the front court. Top of the key. Works against Payway, goes left. Payway stays with her. Good defense there by Eastern. Off to Anderson, drives against Bolden in the lane, kicks it in the corner, Long for a long three, no good. Rebounded by Miller, gonna let it go, three-quarter court, off the backboard and no good. At the end of the third, Eastern 44, Mesa 33. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. Let's take a look at the live scoreboard in the ACC-ACC. ACC-AC, easy for me to ACC-AC say. The live scoreboard tonight in the league. On the women's side, Pima beat South Mountain 71-60. Yavapai beat Cochise 73-66. That's a big upset in the league. Western over Central 71-33. And Chandler Gilbert beat Glendale. If that score is inputted correctly on the women's side, that means if Eastern wins tonight, they lock up the #1 overall seed. Eastern basketball. Front court right. Right side to Payway. Over to Santana, back to Payway. She'll drive the right baseline, finds Sorensen. 10-foot fadeaway jumper won't go. Rebounded by Belt in the lane for Mesa. Off to Boston, who sprints it into the front court. On top, now down low, left side to Long. And an offensive foul called as Sky Miller takes the charge. That'll be a turnover back to Eastern with 9:35 to play. Eastern leading by 11. Santana will bring the ball into the front court, right side to Bolden. Near side to Santana. Santana drives, gets around Long, blocked on the way up though, and picked up by Mesa. To Boston. Long pass to Belt. She can't touch it. Out of bounds.
Monsters ball.
Be Eastern basketball. Into the front court, leading by 11. Santana out on top to Payway. Swings it back to Santana, left side. Step backs for a long three. That's short. Bolden tries to chase it down in the corner, and she can't. It'll be T-Bird basketball. Shivers with the basketball for Mesa. Left side now to Anderson. Anderson drives on Payway, kicks it left side for Belt. 8-foot baseline jumper is good for Mesa. Into the front court, Santana with the basketball. Right side now to Bolden. Out on top to Miller. Left corner to Santana. She stepped on the line, out of bounds. Turnover back to Mesa. 8:13 to play in the game. Cassidy Dixon back into the Eastern lineup, replacing Santana. 9-point lead for the Monsters. They've led for most of this ball game. Mesa led by 5 early. Anderson with the ball. Down low to a wide open Christabel Long, and she puts it up and in. Mesa led by 1 in the first. That's their largest lead. 44-37, Eastern on top with 7:40 to play. Sorensen with the ball right side on top to Payway. Payway down low to Dixon, out right side to Miller. Miller comes left, works against Anderson. Gets some room in the lane, steps through, off the glass, no good, but she is hammered again and bounces off the wall. The foul will go on number 20, Christabel Long. That'll be her second, and that'll put Sky Miller at the line to shoot 2 for Eastern as she limps to the free throw line. Miller with 11 points tonight. Her and Cassidy Dixon both with 11. Miller's first is in and out, no good. And Sky Miller is perplexed. That's 3 in a row at the foul line that have not gone down for the sophomore. The next one is up and good. 45-37, Eastern on top, 7:25 to play in the ball game. Shivers into the front court, goes left on the dribble. Off to Anderson. Anderson comes right, leaves it down low to Belt. High off the glass, won't go. Cassidy Dixon there for the rebound. She sprints it into the front court, right side to Payway. Fakes the 3, drives, leaves it in the lane to Bolden. Bolden goes right on the dribble, and a timeout called by Eastern Arizona College. 6:58 to play in the first, or in the ball game. 45-37, Monsters on top. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I can say goodbye to you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
Oopsie.
Welcome back here to Eastern Arizona College. Eastern leads at 45-37. We have confirmed that Yavapai has taken down Cochise College, the 22nd ranked team in the country. So if Eastern wins tonight, they will lock up the #1 overall seed in the playoffs. Bolden with the basketball. Right side, drives on Bautista, kicks it out to Payway, and a 3-second violation called against the Monsters. Mesa basketball.
Subbing for the Monsters, number 25, Shalance Montoya.
Shivers with the ball into the front court, left to right for Mesa. Eastern leading 45-37 with 6:36 to play. DeLong, right side now to Anderson. Anderson goes left around a screen, finds some room in the lane, down to Belt, right side, off the glass and good. And Mesa within 6 with 6:22 to play. Into the front court, left side to Bolden, down low to Montoya. Spins, kicks it across to Dixon for a three. That's short and rebounded by Belt, and a foul going to be called against Montoya. That will be her fourth. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 10, Victoria Santana, replacing Payway. 45-39, Monsters by 6, but still 6 minutes to play. Eastern has scored just one free throw in the fourth quarter. Right side, Anderson with the basketball to Shivers in the corner. Goes left on the dribble around a screen. To Long, left side, spins on Montoya, off the glass and good. Down to a 4-point Eastern lead. An 8-1 run here for Mesa in the fourth quarter. Into the front court, Santana on top to Dixon, now to Montoya. Fakes the three, down low to Miller. Miller turns, off the glass and good. When you need a bucket, you go to your sophomore, Sky Miller, and she puts it up and in, and then steals it coming back the other way. In transition, Miller in the corner to Bolden. She'll drive. Now kicks it back on top to Dixon. She finds some room, drives to the glass, blocked out of bounds, off of the head of Cassidy Dixon. And now the officials are going to get together and say they came off of the backboard. It'll be Eastern basketball. So they're going to say the block went off of the backboard before it hit Dixon in the back of the head. And now they're going to see if the shot clock is right at 19. And they're going to leave it at 19. Miller will inbound baseline left. Lobs it in on top to Santana, who catches. Leaves it to Dixon near side. Into the corner to Miller with 5 minutes to play. Out on top to Bolden, 12 to shoot. Right side to Santana. In the corner to Dixon. Lobs it down to Montoya. Catches off the glass. And one for Shalance Montoya. Count the basket for Montoya. The foul will go on 21. Jasmine Belt, her third. And Montoya to the line, trying to make it a three-point play for the Monsters with 4:59 to play.
Shooting one, Shalance Montoya.
Montoya's free throw is good. Make it a three-point play for Montoya, and the Monsters back up 9 with 4:58 to play. Into the front court, left side, Anderson with it for Mesa. Spins on Montoya in the lane, and a reach-in foul going to be called against Eastern. The foul will go on 23, Cassidy Dixon, her second.
Second team foul.
It'll be Mesa basketball, baseline left, Shivers to inbound. Out on top to Belt, catches against Dixon, right side to Long. Long spins against Montoya. Fadeaway jumper won't go. Rebound in the lane by Belt. Kicks it out on top to Shivers with 4:37 to play. Monsters by 9. Shivers with the ball, goes left around a screen. Bolden stays with her. Down low in the lane to Long. Long turnaround jumper won't go. Dixon there for the rebound for the Monsters. Into the hands of Santana. Right side to Miller. Miller hands it off to Bolden. Bolden drives, lobs it down low, knocked away, and stolen by Mesa. Anderson on the run to Shivers, right side, and she's fouled on the way up by Santana. And the official's going to talk about it and see if this is an intentional foul as well. It'll be on Santana.
number 10, Victoria Santana. Her second.
Second on Santana.
13 foul.
Shivers will go to the foul line to shoot 2. Santana went over to check on her, make sure she was good. She got her in the around the eye with the foul. And now Shivers to the line to shoot for Mesa. Her first one is up and good. 50-42, an 8-point Monster lead with 4:07 to play. Shivers' second free throw is in as well. 2 for 2 at the line. Timeout, Mesa. 4:07 to play in the ball game. 50-43, Eastern on top. We'll be back after this full timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Four minutes, 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this highly contested ACC-AC women's basketball matchup. Monsters lead at 50-43. We've got a cleanup on aisle 4 over in front of the Mesa bench. And at some point, I've seen a delay of game called for excessive water on the floor. Looks like we're good to go. It'll be Monster basketball. Santana into the front court, picked up by Shivers. Top of the key. Now backs it out. Left side to Bolden. Bolden drives left, pulls up from 10, left side, in and out, no good. Dixon with the rebound for the Monsters. That's short. She gets it back, and she's fouled on the way up for the third time, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. The foul will go on 20, Christabel Long, her third, and Dixon will go to the line after taking a big hit.
Shooting 2, Cassidy Dixon.
Dixon's been kind of limping all night long. But she now gets back to the line. Her first one is up and good. 51-43 Monsters, 3:46 to play. Second one by Dixon. Just as good as the first. 52-43 Monsters back by 9. 3:46 to play. Shivers sprints it into the front court against Bolden, right side. Now around the top of the key. On the left-handed dribble, works against Bolden. Now to Belt. Belt hands it off to Anderson. Anderson, 3-ball on the way, good.
Micah Anderson for 3.
52-46 Monsters by 6 with 3:23 to play. Miller with the ball left side. Comes right on the dribble out on top to Santana. Right side to Dixon. Dixon swings it back near side to Bolden. Bolden in the corner to Santana. Santana goes right against Shivers with 6 to shoot. Gets a screen, goes left into the corner. Scoop shot won't go. Rebounded by Belt. Here comes Mesa on the run. To the glass, no good. Rebounded by Montoya for the Monsters. Into the hands of Santana. Left side to Dixon. Monsters by 6, 2:41 to play. Dixon in the lane, right side, stolen away by Shivers. Here she comes coast to coast against Santana and lays it up and in. 52-48, a 4-point Monster lead with 2:29 to play. It's been the closest. And a timeout called by Eastern. 2:23 to play in the ball game. Mesa is not going away. 52-48. Eastern leads. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. To describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I can think about it, you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
.223 to play in the ball game. Eastern leads by 4. They've led by as many as 15 in this one. But Mesa not going away quietly. It'll be Eastern basketball. Front court left. Dixon to inbound. In on top to Santana. Santana back to Dixon. On top to Bolden now. 18 to shoot. Backs it out. Gets a screen from Montoya. Goes right with it. Pulls up from 17. Back iron, no. Belt with the rebound for Mesa. 2:05 to play. Eastern with a 4-point lead. Anderson into the front court, passes right side to Long, can't hit the shot, but gets her own rebound back. Out to Shivers, top of the key. 15 to shoot with 1:51 to play. Shivers tries to cross over Bolden, but can't shake her. Now goes left, back to Bautista. Bautista drives in the lane, turnaround from 8 is short, and it goes out of bounds back to Eastern with 99 seconds to play, and the Monsters holding on to a 4-point lead. Santana will walk it up with a 4-point lead to Dixon. Left corner to Bolden. On top to Santana. She'll go right around a screen. Now to Montoya. She's going to fire a 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Bolden. Reverse layup, good for Tiara Bolden. Big offensive rebound and put back for Tiara Bolden. 1:15 to play. Monsters by 6. Anderson into the front court against Santana. Goes left, blocked by Santana, and picked up by Montoya. And the Monsters lead by 6 with a minute to play with the ball. Bolden with the ball, on top now to Dixon. 20 seconds to shoot. Left side to Miller. Miller, cross court, stolen away by Belt, but then back by Bolden. And then out of bounds off of Bolden. It will be Mesa basketball. Definitely a lot of contact on the far side. No foul call, just a turnover back to Mesa. Nia Boston back into the lineup. Eastern by 6 with 47 seconds to play. Mesa basketball. Nia Boston with it into the front court on the left-handed dribble against Bolden. Goes right on the drive, kicks it to Belt, right side. Kicks it back out on top. And a whistle and a foul called on Victoria Santana. That'll be her third. Non-shooting foul. 36.1 seconds to play. And Micah Anderson will inbound. Front court right. Lobs it in down low to Long. Left side. Belt. 10-foot jumper. Rattles out, no good. Rebound and put back up and in by Christabel Long, and a timeout called by Mesa. Cuts the lead to 4, 54-50. Eastern on top, 28.5 seconds to play. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, my name is JJ White. I'm from Peoria, Arizona, and I'm studying business. Come see the team and I take on Central Arizona at 6 p.m. on February 22nd at KATO Gym. Go Monsters!
Hola, mi nombre es Morelia, soy de México, estoy estudiando estudios generales. Vengan a ver a mi equipo y a mí el día 8 de febrero a las 8 p.m. en el gimnasio Cuche. ¡Go Monsters!
28.5 seconds to play in the ball game. Eastern leads by 4, 54-50 over Mesa. Eastern looking for their 23rd overall win and their 16th conference win. The shot clock is off. Eastern doesn't have to take a shot. Bolden into Santana, and she'll be fouled immediately by Nia Boston. That'll be the 5th team foul, so that'll put Victoria Santana at the line to shoot 2. The Monsters could put it away at the foul line here in the 4th quarter.
15 foul.
Santana tonight looking for her first points. Has not scored tonight for the Monsters. Anne-Marie Bautista into the Mesa lineup, replacing Love Troop. And Santana at the line to shoot 2 for the Monsters. Free throw is up, back iron, no good. Santana gets one more. .4 to play. Santana's second on the way. That one rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Out on top to Bolden. Right side to Cassidy Dixon, and she's fouled by Christabel Long. That'll be her 4th. That'll put Cassidy Dixon to the line to shoot 2 for Eastern.
Shooting 2, Cassidy Dixon.
Dixon tonight is 7 of 8 at the line, make it 8 of 9 as she hits the first. She'll get one more, makes it a 5-point Eastern lead. Second one by Dixon in as well. 56-50. Boston with it for Mesa, pushes it into the front court, dribbles it off of her knee, and out of bounds. Back to Eastern Arizona College with 16.9 to play. Love Troop back into the Mesa lineup, replacing Nia Boston. It'll be Eastern basketball. Gets it into Santana, right back to Montoya, and Montoya fouled at the midcourt stripe by Long. That'll be her 5th.
Now against Thunderbirds number 32, Love Troop, her 4th. Shooting 2, Charlance Montoya.
And to the line, Charlance Montoya. Her first one is up and good. She'll get one more, a 7-point Monster lead with 11.5. Second one by Montoya is good as well. 58-50, Monsters put it away at the foul line late in the game, 11.5 seconds to play. Anderson pushes it into the front court, left side against Bolden, drives to the lane, won't hit. Rebound is loose, picked up by Bautista. And that's the way the ball game's going to come to the end. Final score, Eastern Arizona College 58. Eastern 58. Mesa 50. Final score, Monsters win their 23rd game of the season, their 16th conference game. We'll be back to wrap it up. And I think the Eastern women just found out that Yavapai beat Cochise, and they have now wrapped up the #1 seed in the Division I playoffs. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back into KATO Gymnasium for the final time tonight. Monsters win at 58-50 over Mesa. They move to 23-1 overall, 16-1 in the ACC. Mesa will fall to 16-7 overall, 11-5 in the league. Take a look at the numbers for Mesa. Xavier Garcia with 2 points, 5 for Mackenzie Shivers, 15 for Micah Anderson to lead the T-Birds. 10 points for Christabel Long, 8 points for Jasmine Belt, 7 points for Anne-Marie Bautista, 2 points for Nia Boston, and 1 for Love Troop tonight. For Eastern, Tiara Bolden with 10 points and 3 rebounds, 2 points for Addie Malone, 3 points for Alana Payway, 14 points and 7 rebounds for Sky Miller, 4 rebounds for Victoria Santana, 2 for Elva Chavez, 15 points and 8 rebounds for Cassidy Dixon, 12 points and 5 rebounds for Solance Montoya, and 2 points and 5 rebounds for Gracie Sorensen. Eastern Arizona, by the numbers, shot 38.5% from the floor, 20% from 3, 72% from the foul line. Eastern's largest lead was 15. That came at the 7:19 mark of the third quarter. Mesa's largest lead was 1. Just 0 ties, 1 lead change tonight, and the Monsters come away with the win here at home against Mesa Community College. Eastern is off on Saturday. They will be back in action on Wednesday at Glendale, and then Saturday at Arizona Western. They'll be back home here on the 22nd against Central Arizona College. That'll do it for us. Chip Griffin on the controls, Amanda Patterson on the scorebook. I'm Lee Patterson on the microphone. Thanks for listening tonight. Have a safe one. Good night.